Hey everyone, my name is Nico Nang and I'm back with another Draw With Me video. So this is what we made last time, right here. And I read one of your comments that says the autofocus is very distracting. So I remembered to switch the autofocus off so that it's just going to be focused on the paper and not on like whatever the hand movements. If you haven't joined one of my draw along video, in these types of video, what I do is I'm going to letter something. So for today, we're going to letter the verse, First Thessalonians 5:11. Therefore, encourage one another and build each other up. So we're going to letter that together. But if you prefer to create a different quote, you're most welcome to join in and follow along. What you can do is you could pick a different quote and then you could use the same lettering styles that we are going to be using and apply it to your own art. So this is just a place wherein we can catch up and create something together, because sometimes we just need a quiet time for ourselves and to just enjoy and focus on creating. So that's what I want for this video. And yeah, you could create on paper, just like what I'm going to do. You could create on an iPad or any digital device. Just create where you're more comfortable with. So don't worry if you don't know a lot of lettering styles, because we're going to go through them one at a time. This is a real-time video, so I'm not going to cut or speed up certain parts. I want you to be able to follow along because, yeah, I want you to be able to create something nice with me. So if you haven't gotten my lettering styles collection, so this is a compilation of 24 lettering styles that I often use for my own designs. It's now available on my website. The link is going to be in the description below. So I'm going to refer to this because we're going to use the styles from this collection. So let us start. So the first word is therefore, and encourage one another. Okay, before that, I always like to study my quote just so that it's gonna help me plan the layout a little bit. So therefore, encourage one another and build each other up. I'm just gonna do this real quick because I don't want to spend too much time planning, because for this video, I just want to enjoy creating, if that makes sense. So just some planning so that I don't end up with something that I'm not gonna like. So I'll just quickly encircle the words I want to emphasize, encourage, and then build. Also, each other up. So I'm gonna make encourage and build really big. Each other up is gonna be big as well. And then the rest are gonna be smaller. They're gonna be my supporting words. So I always start with the first emphasized word that is going to be the anchor point for my entire lettering composition. So I'm not going to start with therefore. I'm going to start with encourage and then work up and work my way down. So let me set this aside right here so that I can see it and make sure I write the correct words in the correct sequence. So let me grab my Tombow Fudenosuke. So if you don't have this brush pen, you could use pencil, you could use any pen that you want. I'm just using this because this is a brush pen and it allows me to make thick and thin strokes with just one single movement. So I don't have to keep on changing pens and I don't have to like draw the outlines and shade it all in. It just speeds up my entire process. And yeah, so this is what I use. So encourage is the first word. For encourage, I kind of want to make it script because I feel like, I don't know, it just works better as a script for this particular style. So let me pick out what kind of script. Okay, I think this looks nice. This elegant script. Yeah, okay. Or glorious script, sweet hand script, or script. Okay, I think I'm gonna stick with elegant script. So let me put this to the side. Okay, so encourage. Encourage starts with the letter E. So I'm going to draw it in like an angled space, something like this. Okay, I'm gonna use pencil now just to help me a little bit, like that. Hopefully it's gonna fit there. Okay, like that. Encourage. So if you have this learning styles collection, you could go to the elegant script. It is style number 19, and you have step-by-step guides on how to draw the letter. But let's do that together. For example, the letter E, where can I put this? I think, yeah. So as you can see, we're going to start with this little thing right here, the little curve. So it's composed of 2 thick strokes with a hollow space in the middle. And next is the bottom part. Make sure you have that hollow center like that. Okay, for this one, I'm not gonna finish this loop first because I kind of want to connect a ribbon. So next is this one. Okay, if you need to rotate the paper, do that because it's gonna make it easier for you to do some of the curves. That. Okay, that's my E. Okay, let me bring this up a little bit. So like that. Next is N. So N, smaller N is right here. Okay, so we're gonna start with the left side. It's gonna be a pair of thick strokes and a thin upward and a thick downward strokes with that nice little curve right there. Okay, we put this aside. With that N. Next is C. For the C, it's like a normal letter C, but make sure you give it like the thick, like a double stroke for the thick parts. Next is O. So O, as you can see here. So we're gonna do this part first, and then the loop-de-loo in thin stroke. If you already do brush script, so basically this is almost the same style, but we're just adding 2 strokes for the thick parts. And this the letter U. The usual U, but make it thick like that. Next, the letter R. R is on the next page. Okay, do like a thin loop and then the thicker side. Small loop and then the thick in 2 strokes. Next is A, G, and E, 3 more letters. Okay. But for this style, I think the letter A has a loop, if I remember correctly. Yes. For this style, we're going to add that little loop inside the counter. Yeah. And then G and E. So G is going to be almost similar to letter A, but it's going to have like a descender. So the G is, yeah, just as simple. Like that, and finish with the letter E. And for the last, let's extend the stroke a little bit, like that. Beautiful. And courage. Okay, and the next words are one another. So I want to make two ribbons, like one ribbon for the word one and another for the word another. Since we're not going to emphasize these two, we'll just keep it small. So let me try this. Shook, 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 shook. Okay. Shook. Shook and swoosh. That. Okay. I'm adding some sounds with the brush stroke is because um during one of my earlier workshops, there was one student here when I was teaching brush lettering, and every time I'm doing the demonstration and I'm doing like the strokes, she's gonna add some sound effects. Like when I do this, she's gonna like swoosh, shook, swoosh, something like that. Anyway, that's just super random. Anyway, going back, okay, one another. So for one another, since the space is really small and we're not gonna emphasize that style, we'll just keep it super simple. Actually, one of my favorite styles, the simple sans serif. So one another is gonna follow these. Okay, yeah, this is super versatile. Like it could draw it in any size, like that. Here below, and like different widths, thicknesses, and weights. So it may be simple, but you can do so much with it to fit your learning composition. So encourage one another. So I always like to start with the middle letter. So it's going to be N. So I'm going to position that just in the center of that ribbon, like that. And then E. Then O. Like that one. And another Another. Anot. So T is the middle letter. So I need to finish the letter T more or less at this space. So A N O T. Okay, it's in the middle, so I'm on the right track. H E another. Okay. Ooh, we positioned that nicely. Okay. Before we move into the next word, we might be forgetting the first word, which is therefore. So I want to draw it in like an arc, but I want to make it real nice and clean. So we use a composition ruler. If you don't have this ruler, you could just draw like the pencil guides, similar to what I did earlier. Okay, so let me just position this space right here, this arc, and position it. Okay, I think this is okay. Yeah, so I just drew that shape right there. Perfect. Oh, let me just mark the center. So this ruler has that center guide. I'll just mark the center, just so I know where the center is. Okay. Okay, I want to center it perfectly, so I think I'll just use pencil first. And yeah, I kind of want to make this taller or higher because I feel like the space is too narrow. So let me just bring back the ruler and move it a little bit up like this. And then just draw the top shape. Okay, where's my eraser? Let me just go grab my eraser first. Okay, here's my eraser. It's on my other desk because this is my filming desk. It's on my regular desk. Okay, there. So let's add therefore. T-H-E-R-E-F-O-R-E. 9 letters. T-H-E-R-E. So E has to be in the middle. T is the first letter, so let's just short it. And E is the last letter. T-H-H-E-R-E. T-H-E. Oh crap. It hasn't dried and I accidentally smudged it with my... But it's okay, it's okay. T-H-E-R-E-F-O. That. Let me blow this to try it. So I'll just explain first while it's drying. So to help you center everything, I started with the center and then the first and the last letter. Okay. And then in between the first and middle letter, we have 3 letters. So I did the second letter, or which is it has 3 letters, right? H-E-R. So I add the center and the center of this as well, so that it's more or less going to be in the right position. So let me just grab a paper here and try to like press it down to make sure that it has dried. And yes, no ink has smudged here, so it means this is dry. So let me add the letters. H-E-R-E-F-O. Okay, the spacing is a little bit off, but it's fine. It's fine. This isn't like a super serious lettering piece, but yeah. Okay, therefore encourage one another. Next word is and. And let's just give it like a simple serif here in the center. There, nice, down in the center. Okay, if you want to know how I did that, we have the simple serif style right here. Part 2 serif, and it is the 8th style in the Learn Styles collection. Okay, therefore, encourage one another, and then the next word is build. So let's just do this nicely. Maybe I'll add like a horizontal line here because B is going to be really big. So it's going to be here. So it's okay to draw like a line at the center of the word and you want to make sure that it has the same slope as this one. So maybe like this. So it's going to be like B-U-I-L-D, something like that. And then kind of want to make like a loop right there just to fill this space. So let's use this same style. So it's gonna tie everything together and we don't want to mix in a lot of different styles. So let me look for it. It's here. Okay. B is gonna be like this. Start with this stroke right here. It's gonna be thick and then thin, loop below, and thick for this curve, and then thick here as well, going to thin, connecting to the base. So let's just do that. And I'll hold my breath so that I won't make a mistake. Okay. Let me just clean this up a bit. Get that perfect. Okay. So for me, it's hard to do this in one go because it's quite big. So I'll just do this in stages. That's the first one right there. And then let's add the thick part, another thick stroke, giving this a hollow shape there. And then maybe follow this curve and just add a loop like that. Perfect. And for the B, the bottom part, it's gonna be like this. It's gonna be thick as well. Going here. And let's add the second thick stroke. Like that. And then we're gonna connect these points with a loop. Like that. Perfect. Our B is there. So same thing. Let me just move this angle up a little bit so it's not aligned to the face. So U is gonna be like this. BU. I build for the I, forgot the I. How's the dot? Is it gonna be shaded or hollow? Okay, it's gonna be dotted, but it's up to you. It's gonna be shaded. It's not gonna be hollow. And I think it looks better when it's hollow. But anyway, what's done is done. So next is D. The thick parts needs to have two strokes. And since like it's not that center, so I'll just extend the loop more. Like that. So it balances the width a little bit. Yeah, and don't worry if you don't get it exactly like this, because this draw with me exercise is just for us to have fun creating, because sometimes we just really need to set some time to create for ourselves, and I want this to be it. Okay, therefore encourage one another. Build. Okay, build. Let's add like a flourish below because we have some ribbons here. I think something like this looks nice. There. Perfect. Oh, for this one, let's add some details to the ribbons. So I like to add some like lines to both sides. The rib Make that, you know, and each other up. Let's add it here. Those are the next word. Each other up. Actually, they're the last three words. So let's, since I want to cram everything in one space, so let's just go for a simple serif style. Simple serif, but let's make it taller because you want to emphasize it a little bit. So each other up. Okay. Just try this. So for this style, let's make it a bit more playful. So the sizes are not going to be consistent like this. E is smaller, then A is going to be bigger. This style not only makes it look more fun, it also helps you adjust or manage the spaces. Each. Next is other. So TH. E. or up. Let's bring this higher. And P even bigger. There. Therefore, encourage one another and build each other up. Okay. It's going to be a shorter quote for today, unlike this one. It's quite long, right? So yeah, I don't want this video to be very, very long too, but let's finish this up by adding the verse. So it's First Thessalonians. Make sure you spell this correctly. 1. So for this one, it's just going to be like a simple script, or maybe you could choose a certain script here. Yeah, I think it's going to be like my go-to script. The brush pen script, the style that I always do, but make it smaller. The Okay, this has 2 S's, so please don't spell it with just one S. This, so, Thessalonians. Okay, so this is quite a long word, so make sure you like a lot of big space or a white space for that. So I feel like this is too, it's not at centered, so let me just find this bottom part of the letter or the number 1, but extend it a little bit to the left so that it's not that off center. Then I'll just add the numbers below 5511A, only 511A. There. Okay. Before we move on, let me just erase the pencil marks. Normally, I don't use pencil because I don't want to lighten my ink, because if you erase, it's gonna lighten a little bit. Okay. Here we go. Let me just remove the eraser dust. Okay, here. Therefore, encourage one another and build each other up. So, kind of want to add some details here at the hollow side. So I'll just draw like horizontal lines. I'll just use our fine pen. I think this is okay. Yeah, let's draw a fine pen. I'll use a fine pen to draw like horizontal lines to the lower path, just to give it some details. So I feel like it's too plain. No courage there. I think those little details make a big difference. So I'll do it for build as well. The 2 emphasized words. Yeah, build. Okay. And then it's time to decorate. So I kind of want to like draw emphasis to each other up, because I feel like it's a very important part of this quote. So I'll just draw some rays like this, going towards the center of each other up. Like that. But okay, 5 here and 4 here, so it's okay if it's not even. And then I'll add some thinner rays. like that. Each other up. That already makes a huge difference. Okay. Next is I want to adjust some of the details. For example, we ended thick, right? So for the flourishes or extensions of the E and B, let's just make it thicker as well, like that. Just a minor change there. And then I feel like this space is a bit empty, so let's add some sparkles. Okay, make sure this has dry, otherwise I'm gonna smudge it again. So air this out a little bit. Okay, since I'm right-handed, I'm gonna start with the left to the right. Say the add one here. Take a medium-sized hollow sparkle. And maybe here, a bigger one. Like that. Here's I have one here. Here as well, a smaller one. A medium-sized one here. And here, a big one. And a small one right here. Okay. I think I'll add one here as well. A small one. Perfect, perfect. Okay. Maybe encourage, above encourage as well. A small one. Like that. Okay. Now let's just add some smaller sparkles to balance everything out and fill in the rest of the area. First, I'm letting it dry, so I won't smudge it again. Okay, I think it's okay now. So yeah, I'll just add some tiny shaded sparkles to the area where I think feels empty. There. And lastly, I'll just add some teeny tiny dots just to further fill in the awkward empty spaces. And to hide this mistake, that dot right there. There. Here we go. Therefore, encourage one another and build each other up. Let's make the dot of the O bigger, just a little bit bigger. And give it like a hollow area. Okay, so there we have it. Therefore, encourage one another and build each other up. That's one of my intentions for doing videos like this. I just want to encourage you to keep creating. Even if you feel like you don't have the skills, you don't have the time, you don't need to finish this entire thing in one sitting. That's the beauty of uploading this on YouTube. So you could just pause it if you need to do something, or if you have some errands to run, or if you need to work, and then just sit down again another time and hit play, and then continue to create this beautiful piece right here. So yeah. If you've been following me or since late last year, you'll know that I want to fill my studio wall with some verses, and I usually tear them into smaller size. So that's what I'm going to do now. Okay, let me just tear this. Okay, that's looking good. To be more careful so that I won't cut the verse reference. So for this one, it's okay to have those like irregular oh, okay, wait, let me stop talking and focus on this verse. turn it there. Okay. It's okay to have these irregular shapes because that's what I want it to look. So yeah, like that. I really like this paper, this parchment type of paper. Yeah, here we go. I mean, just throwing these to tidy up. And I always write the date. What date is it today? I think it's the 21st of January. Yes, it is. So I'll just write it here. 01, 21, 25. There. Oh no, it's supposed to be in pencil. Sorry, you can't see it through. But anyway, what's done is done. So yeah, here we have it. Therefore, encourage one another and build each other up. I hope you enjoyed this video. You had fun drawing along, whether to this same code or this same verse, or if you're creating something different. I hope you enjoyed the process and I would love to see your work. So make sure to share them and tag me. And yeah, let me know in the comments if you enjoy these types of videos, but I'm planning to post more videos and maybe do some lives. I'm not sure if you've heard about the News with Design Cuts. I really enjoyed the live sessions, doing live sessions with design cuts, but unfortunately, the company has now closed. So I'm thinking of hosting some live sessions on my own. So make sure to follow me or subscribe to my YouTube channel because I plan on doing it here on this platform. No definite plans yet. I'm just throwing the idea out because I really missed creating with you guys. Doing these pre-recorded videos is nice. However, it's fun to chat with people or read people's chats or comments as I create along, to have some sort of conversation with you guys. Yeah, so that's what I miss. So I want to try to do that this year for you guys. So yeah, make sure you follow along. And if you haven't gotten my lettering styles collection with 24 different lettering styles that I use for my work, let me just quickly give you like the quick overview. So this is an ebook, so that's why the cover is like this. I just printed mine, like printed, cut, and assembled mine. So yeah, you have 24 different lettering styles, and yeah, you have 24 different lettering styles, different sans serifs, and script styles, and each style you have the A to Z guide and a step-by-step guide on how to draw each letter, especially for the more complicated ones. If you need guide to help you feel less intimidated, to help you feel less intimidated to try certain styles, I've broken down the process into like several steps so that you can just like do it one step at a time. Yeah. And also you have some examples like that and some illustrations on how you can further change the properties of this style so that you can fit it to your projects, whatever projects you're working on. So yeah, I've been using this quite a lot, especially with these lettering styles and also for my journaling. And yeah, if you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments and hope to see you in the next video. Keep creating and have fun. Bye-bye.